Hi, this is Chris Arrego, and I'm from the Providence VSC, and I'm working with the Rapid Deployment team on VSC Toolhouse. I'm going to demonstrate today how to propose drill pay for multiple fiscal years using VSC Toolhouse. I'm using the VBMS and VBMSA production, non-production environment, or the test environment, so I'm not using any PII in this demonstration. I'm going to go ahead, I got the social, let me hit submit. So I'm just going to run through VBMSA. I'm actually VBMS core and pulling all this information. Mr. Maxwell Super Bowl. Let's go to non-rating. Hit import here, and it's going to cycle through VBMSA. And so you can see it here. Let me pull it over. You can see it's doing a lot of things. Right now it's pulling all the award reasons for each award line, so that later on if we wanted to do a final notification letter or with what the actions we're taking, we can go ahead and do that. But this is handy to determine what our withholding amount's going to be. And it's always good to have like an award history in front of you to see exactly what's going on with that vet's prior awards. Right now it just took all those adjustments and it's pretty much done pulling. One limitation, because there's no of this demonstration, I should say, there's no drill pay profile in any of the, or I couldn't find one here in the VBMSA test environment. Toolhouse could not fill in this block, and what this block does is it takes that information and matches it against their active duty time and tries to calculate what the adjustment would be if they had any active duty days during that fiscal year. And it also calculates a fiscal day start, fiscal year start, fiscal year end. So it does a lot of other things in here that the user can just use to go ahead and enter in some lines. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to go ahead and enter in information. If I'm not going to go with the proposed adjustment days here, I can just also go ahead and hit double click that and put in dates, here, and calculate it. And this calculates exactly how the authorization quality call on this subject with deducting active duty days from the drill pay days. I think it's the October 2014 call that told us we had to use the time and date calculator and add the end date in there. Well, this is all coded with that logic in there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add calculation. You can see that end result dropped into this text box. Now for effective date, if I click once in here, it gives me the first of the next month. If I double click, it gives me the first of the month following a 65-day period. And then it automatically, based on this date, this number of days, this effective date, once I exit out of there, it'll calculate on the 30-day calendar or 360-day calendar, 30-day month calendar, what the end date's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dummy information here just to kind of get this going. Hit add line. Let's say I want to do 2015 for 50 days. And it picks up right where that other date left off on. Let's say I'm going to do $100 just to kind of change the data a little bit. And I have 2 fiscal years, and I could keep going with more. But I'm going to leave it with 2, and I'm going to hit create proposal letter. And I have my letter. You can see I have all that information that I entered, and when the drill pay withholding ends, it tells them up front what fiscal years I'm withholding for. It calculated the two together to tell them that we took 101 days total up front, and then broke it down into more gave them more information as to what fiscal year we're talking about when we're withholding for 51 days and such. And that's for fiscal year 2014. If I go through, there's a one spot here where it didn't fill in, and that's due to that issue with no drill pay profile in VBMS-A in the test environment. But in the production environment, this would fill in with all the fiscal year dates, October 1st through September 30th, and it would spell that out for the veteran. If I scroll down, keep going through, whether or not, if they have a POA, this will fill in with, we've informed your power of attorney and what their power of attorney name is, and then CC them down here. But since there was no POA in VBMS in the test environment, it's going to go ahead and throw that we have no record of you appointing a service organization. So right here, because we did 2 fiscal years, it's it dropped to 2 over here for the 8951s, and then because no overpayment was created, it put a 0789. If I had checked that overpayment box, it would have thrown an 0790 in there. So as you can see, it's pretty quick. You can do multiple fiscal years rather quickly, and that's not even with the functionality where this is filled in and you can actually drop down suggested calculations based on what their active duty days are and their drill days are for each fiscal year. Real quick, I'm not going to demonstrate final notifications, but what you can do with finals now is after the 60 days are up, or after the predetermination period or due process period is up, I should say, you can go ahead and hit generate final award here. And as you add the lines, that'll actually enter into VBMS-A, and it'll enter in all this information. And when you hit generate final award, it'll generate the award in VBMS-A, and then you can check some of these off paragraphs to add to the letter. But once you're all done with that, you hit generate notification letter, and it generates the final notification letter, and you can do it for a bunch of fiscal years. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can email me, email the RDT mailbox, or hit us up on Pulse. Thanks for your time, and have a nice day.